Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. Honorable Speaker, I rise today to speak on a matter of utmost importance to the well-being of our nation's backbone, its government employees. Today, I want to discuss the pressing need for the establishment of the 8th Pay Commission. The public servants who serve this nation day in and day out are the unsung heroes whose contributions are integral to the functioning of the government and the prosperity of the nation. From administrators to healthcare workers, from teachers to police officers, they all work relentlessly for the betterment of society. It is high time we address their rightful demands by ensuring that they are compensated adequately and in line with the growing challenges they face. The 7th Pay Commission, which was implemented in 2016, provided some much needed changes, but as time passes, it has become increasingly clear that the pay structure is not keeping pace with the cost of living. The inflation rate, particularly in urban areas, continues to climb, and the cost of basic goods and services is outpacing the earnings of many government employees. In many cases, employees at the lower levels of government are finding it difficult to make ends meet, let alone provide for their families or maintain a decent standard of living. It is essential that the 8th Pay Commission addresses these challenges with fairness, ensuring that public servants receive compensation that is relative of their dedication and the current economic government. The growing disparity between the pay of government employees and the rising costs of living demands urgent attention. Housing, transportation, healthcare, and education have become increasingly expensive, especially in metropolitan areas where most government employees are stationed. The current pay structure does not adequately account for these challenges. It is imperative that we introduce a revision in the pay structure that provides relief to our employees. This will not only improve their financial security but will also serve as a source of motivation for them to continue their invaluable work. Beyond basic salary revisions, the 8th Pay Commission must also consider other forms of financial support such as allowances, healthcare, and pension schemes. Many government employees are burdened by high rents in the urban centers, which often consume a large portion of their income. House rent allowances (HRA) need to be revisited and adjusted according to current rental trends. Similarly, healthcare benefits need to be enhanced to ensure that employees have access to quality medical services, especially in a time when healthcare costs are skyrocketing. Furthermore, pension schemes must be reviewed to ensure that retired employees who have dedicated their lives to serving the nation can live their post-retirement years with dignity and financial security. Another important aspect of the 8th Pay Commission should be the equitable distribution of benefits across various levels of the government workforce. While it is crucial that senior officers are compensated for their responsibilities, it is equally important to address the needs of those employees in the lower and mid-level ranks. A large portion of our government employees belong to this category, and it is these workers who often carry the heaviest burdens. Their salaries must be adjusted accordingly to ensure that their hard work is adequately rewarded. Honorable Speaker, a revision of pay alone is not enough. The 8th Pay Commission must also consider improving the working conditions of government employees. Long working hours, high stress, and adequate infrastructure are common challenges faced by public servants. These conditions will not only affect their productivity but also their physical and mental well-being. It is time we give our employees the tools they need to work efficiently and ensure that their work environments are conducive to their overall health and productivity. Additionally, we must introduce programs that allow employees to upgrade their skills and keep up with technological advancements, thereby improving their performance and efficiency. The 8th Pay Commission also has the potential to address the issue of gender equality. It is well documented that women workers in the government sector often face challenges related to pay disparity, lack of opportunities, and work-life balance. The recommendations of the Pay Commission must prioritize gender sensitivity measures to ensure that female employees are provided with equal opportunities for growth and advancement. This will not only uplift women in the workforce but also create a more equitable working environment for all. Honorable Speaker, one of the most important aspects of this Pay Commission is the need to ensure the financial stability of our government in the long term. It is crucial that we manage the revision of pay in a way that is both fair to employees and sustainable for the nation's finances. While we strive to offer better compensation, we must also be mindful of the economic health of the nation. The 8th Pay Commission should offer a comprehensive approach, ensuring that the financial demands of the pay revisions are met without putting an undue strain on the nation's economy.